Do you actually know what makes your cat like you more? Most people assume cats either like you or they don't. But science reveals that the way your cat feels about you is being influenced every single day by small things most owners never even consider. In fact, some of the habits you think are totally fine may be the very reason your cat keeps their distance. Let's begin with one of the clearest signs. Your cat is ready to trust you. 1. Play like prey, not like a toy. Why does your cat go absolutely wild for a crumpled piece of paper, but completely ignore that pricey toy you got them? It's because you're playing wrong. Most people dangle a toy in their cat's face and expect them to engage. But that's not how a cat's brain is wired. Cats are predators. Predators don't chase things that come toward them. They chase things that flee. Think about how a mouse actually moves. It hides, it darts, it freezes. Then it bolts again. What? Unpredictable pattern is what triggers the switch in your cat's brain. It's not the toy that matters. It's the motion. So next time you play with your cat, stop waving the toy right in front of their nose. Drag it slowly around a corner. Let it vanish, then make it reappear just a little. Watch what happens. Their eyes go wide. Their body drops low. Suddenly you have their complete attention. When you give them a real hunt, when they stalk and pounce and win, they connect that feeling to you. It should become the source of their favorite experience. And a cat who sees you that way doesn't just ignore you when you walk into a room. And here's what most people never connect. Play gets your cat excited about you. But there's one thing I'll cover at the end of this video that makes your cat feel like you're not just their owner, you're their safe place. And when a cat feels both of those things about the same person, that's when they stop being distant and start following you everywhere too. Let them come to you. Why does your cat let complete strangers pet them but runs away from you? This one is tough to hear, but it might be the most important point in this entire video. The one reaching for your cat, picking them up, calling them over, you're actually pushing them further away. Cats are not wired like dogs. They don't come to you because you asked. They come to you because they chose to. And that distinction is everything. Think of it like this. You know that person in your life who's constantly trying too hard to get your attention? What do? You pull back. Cats do exactly the same thing. When you chase their affection, you take away the one thing they value above everything else: control. So what do you do instead? You sit in the same room. You exist near them without making it about them. You read a book, scroll your phone, just be present, and then you wait. Your cat comes to you on their own terms. It means 10 times more than any forced cuddle ever could. The owners who understand this are the ones whose cats trail them from room to room, not because they were trained to, because they want to. And hey, if you're already rethinking the way you've been approaching your cat, hit like and subscribe so we can reach more owners who've been loving their cat the right amount, just in all the wrong ways. 3. Master the slow blink communication. Ever caught your cat staring at you and then slowly closing their eyes? That's not random. That's not them being drowsy. That's your cat telling you in their own way, I trust you. A study from the University of Sussex in Portsmouth in 2020 actually put this to the test. They had owners slow blink at their cats, and then had strangers do the exact same thing. The cats were significantly more likely to blink back and even move toward the person who did it. That's remarkable. That means this one tiny gesture can literally shift how your cat feels about you. And here's what makes it so powerful. In the cat world, direct eye contact is a threat. Staring is how cats intimidate one another. So when your cat looks at you and slowly shuts their eyes, they're doing the complete opposite. They're choosing to be vulnerable in your presence. So try this. Next time your cat looks at you from across the room, don't just stare back. Slow blink at them, gently, calmly, and see what comes back. You might be genuinely surprised. 4. Use cat voice, not baby talk. Have you ever spoken to your cat in that high-pitched baby voice and wondered if they even notice? Here's the thing. They do notice, but only when you're doing it correctly. A study from Paris-Nanterre University in 2022 found something really interesting. Cats actually respond to a specific tone of voice, but only when it comes from their owner. When strangers use the exact same tone, the cat's completely tuned it out, but there's a real difference between baby talk and cat-directed speech. Baby talk is loud, exaggerated, and erratic. Cat-directed speech is softer, slightly higher in pitch, and calm. Think of it less like you're talking to a toddler and more like you're letting someone in on a secret. Your cat is listening for your voice specifically. They've learned it. They know the rhythm, the tone, the feeling behind it. And when you speak to them in that soft, familiar way, something clicks. They feel safe. They feel understood. Oh, keep talking to your cat. Just don't shout it across the room like you're calling a dog. Bring it down. Make it quiet so it sounds like you. 5. Pet the right zones. Avoid the wrong ones. Do you actually know where your cat wants to be touched? Most owners don't. And the worst part is, your cat has been communicating it the whole time. Here's what happens. You reach down, rub their belly because they rolled over, and suddenly they bite you. Or you scratch near their tail, and they swat your hand. And you think, why are you like this? But the truth is, you touched a spot that made them uncomfortable. Research from the University of Lincoln found that cats consistently prefer being touched around the cheeks, the base of their ears, and under the chin. Those are the areas where they have scent glands. When you touch those spots, you're becoming part of their world. The belly, that's a trap. Not always, but most of the time. When a cat shows you their belly, it usually means they trust you enough to be vulnerable. Doesn't mean they want you to touch it. Big difference. The base of the tail. Cats enjoy it, but many find it overstimulating. If your cat has ever suddenly turned around and nipped you mid-pet, that's probably the reason, so pay attention. Watch their ears. Watch their tail. If the ears flatten or the tail starts flicking, you've crossed the line. But when you get it right, when you find those sweet spots, that's when the purring starts and doesn't stop. 6. Make yourself smell like home. Remember in the first point when I mentioned the slow blink works even better when you pair it with something else? This is that something else? Cats don't experience the world the way you do. You walk into a room and see furniture, colors, light, or cat walks into that same room and smells everything who was there. What changed? Whether something feels safe or not. Their nose is their entire reality. So when your cat rubs their face against your hand or bumps their head against your leg, they're placing their scent on you. They're saying, this one is mine. This one is safe. And when you smell like them, everything shifts. You stop being just a person and start being home. So stop washing away the evidence. If your cat sleeps on a blanket, don't toss it in the wash every other day. If they rub against your clothes, let it sit. Let their scent live in your space the same way it lives in theirs. You can even take a soft sock. Gently rub it on your cat's cheeks where those scent glands are. Leave it near where you usually sit. Now combine that with the slow blink. You smell familiar. And then you give them that slow, calm signal that says, I trust you too.